Adekunle, glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you, CFA. It's an honor and pleasure to be with you.
So let's start with this. How would you describe the effect of COVID in accelerating technology globally?
Well, as we can see, it impacted healthcare immediately because a lot of services were delivered by telehealth. Telehealth had been struggling even in developed economies, but COVID accelerated the embracing of telehealth big time. Also, e-banking also was impacted immediately. But for a country like Nigeria, it was a challenge because the funds had to have been received electronically for you to disburse it electronically. So if 70-80% of our people did not receive funds electronically, and they weren't able to go and make the deposits on the ATM or in the bank, then it impacted cash flow. As a matter of fact, recent statistics from NIBS has said that there was about a 40% drop in e-transactions over the past quarter due to the COVID. But yes, it impacted moving a lot of things onto electronic platforms.
But yeah, so if you look at the whole situation, you would say to yourself, okay, maybe it's been awesome for tech giants, you know. But for a country like Nigeria, what would be your assessment?
Well, apart from we are aware of the usual infrastructure challenge, leadership issues, but the creativity is bubbling to the top in Nigeria. Despite the challenges, the situation, the limitations, our youths, our techies, which you are aware of, you know them, they are coming up, they are being creative in every way. So there's hope, but there's a lot that needs to be done to support and allow this creativity to turn into tangible results for all stakeholders.
So as an expert, what are some of the things that you think we should start doing today?
Wow. You know, so if we look at it from different angles, the private sector is doing the best it can within its ambient. And that's where I may speak about. We as the private sector cannot improve infrastructure. That's the role of the government. But we can support our talent. We can help nurture, you know, despite the limited challenges that we have. Okay, I'll give a good example. In the US and Canada, because of COVID, a lot of internship opportunities that students would normally have were canceled by the companies because they didn't know what was happening. There was uncertainty. Now, Agimatics normally takes internship every year. This year, we were also about to scrap the internship position, but guess what? One of the universities in the US decided to pay for their students to be interns with us for 12 weeks. Amazing. Now, can we get something like that in Nigeria? So, I mean, as an expert, what do I have to say? I can speak of technology. I can speak of entrepreneurship. I can speak of innovation. All those are trying to thrive in the country. We just have to give more room. Look, we had Idea Hub. It went away because of a lot of politics and stakeholder handling. You know, so what can we do in terms of technology, in terms of talent? We're there, but the enabling environment needs to be improved.
But I hear you about, you know, speaking more for the private sector where you belong. But if you would have to advise the policy side, what would you say to prepare Nigeria for a post-COVID world?
So here's the thing. When we talk of policy, we talk of government. And then I ask you which government? The federal, executive, legislative, or judiciary? The state, the local government, or the local council? Nigeria has never lacked advice or talent or policies. I grew up hearing of Vision 2000, then it moved to 2020. The policies are there. The talent that can advise those in leadership positions are there. There's nothing new we can add. It's all there. We have enough policy, enough guidelines, enough insight, enough talented people that can provide direction. So we just need to listen to it.
Okay, so from your opinion, I mean, one of the things I know about you is that you're passionate about Nigeria. What are some of the ways you think that we can really harness some of these creative talent that you said we have?
One, the major things is the enabling environment. What will enable the environment to thrive and accommodate innovation? The basic things need to be in place. Infrastructure needs to be in place. When I'm talking of infrastructure, I'm talking of electronic platform ready enabling infrastructure. When a developer doesn't have to worry about power. So I've got two guys working out of Nigeria for us in developing, and it will say, oh, I have to go somewhere that I need to have light for me to be able to finish. Oh boy, this thing shouldn't take you this long. He said, power outage. They don't need to have to worry about that. Internet, they don't need to have to worry about that. If those basics are there, okay, I can imagine what's happened in the past 3-4 months with a lot of electronic meetings and all of that. There were plus for that. Most of my meetings with Nigeria on a daily basis are now on Zoom. We're sending documents by WhatsApp. Good, amazing. But can everybody come online to do those meetings? The enabling environment has to be there. If the environment is there, there will be the ecosystem, the stakeholders will thrive. We as a private can do that. It has to be done by the people that have the resources in power in government.
But are there industries that you would place a big bet on in a post-COVID world?
Oh, yeah, sure. I would place my bet immediately on platforms, solutions that can increase and bring those who are social services excluded and financial services excluded. It became more obvious during COVID that a majority of Nigerians are financial services excluded and social services excluded. For that reason, even the palliatives, though half-baked, that government intended to disburse, could not be disbursed because they could not access, they did not know who these people were or where they were. So for Nigeria and other low-resource countries, a major chunk of the population are excluded from financial services and social services. Any platform, any solution that can bring those folks in, have them, I place my bet on.
I mean, some of the things you just mentioned now sound so easy, but why do you think it becomes difficult when we want to drive change with technology?
In Nigeria?
Yes, in Nigeria, of course, in Nigeria.
So you've said yourself, the change with technology is change management. It's change management. There's no doubt that Nigerians embrace technology. Are we developers? Are we providers? Are we solution? That's the question. Why is it a challenge? Is it our nature? I'm not sure. It's the demographics, the characteristics for Nigerians is similar to almost everyone in sub-Saharan Africa. I just think that it needs to be made more available for the change to take place.
So finally, what would be your advice generally on how we can make the most of technology and reposition Nigeria post-COVID?
Well, I'm sure this is something that everybody is thinking about. And I think once again, it goes to the enabling environment. There's no doubt that the skill set is there. There's no doubt that the talent is there. We just need to have an environment that allows it to thrive.
Thank you very much, Adekunle. Wish you all the best. And stay safe.
Thank you. You too. I don't see your mind.
Cheers.
All right.
That was Adekunle Ajiboye, CEO at Agimatics, who is of the opinion that Nigeria needs to do a lot more to harness the potentials of local talent. And one of the ways of achieving this is by improving infrastructure and also supporting the ecosystem with the right kind of policies. One thing is clear, the world will never be the same again post-COVID pandemic. The forward-looking nations are already thinking of positioning to stay ahead of the game. This is exactly how Nigeria as a country should be thinking. We've come to the end of the show, but it doesn't end here. The conversation continues online. We're at Tech Trends TV on social media. Also watch the entire show on the Channels TV YouTube page or cfablog.ng. For Tech Trends, I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.